Good morning, y'all. I am former state representative Attica Scott, and this is Ask Attica. People ask me tons of questions all the time, and I do my best to try to answer them. And I know that most of the time it's best to go to the source. So today we have an amazing interview that we're going to do, and we'll be right back with that interview. Welcome, Dr. Williams, to Ask Attica.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so glad to have you. You're one of my favorite people and have been forever. And I love Sister Song. So I want to talk about Sister Song. But before we do that, I want to know what is bringing you joy today.
I love that you asked this question because we're coming off a derby
Yes.
and Sister Song just hosted a derby event.
Yes.
That is what brought me joy. So we had the collective movement experience,
Hmm.
seeing individuals in that space of different representations, and so men and women, different colors, ethnicities, intergenerational too, of them enjoying movement, sound, the art, the culture. That brought me joy. The fact that they're still talking about that experience. Now I'm like, how can we keep that momentum?
Hmm. I love that. Absolutely love it. In fact, for last week's show, I wore my Trust Black Women T-shirt that I got from the Collective Movement Experience. So that's what's bringing me joy today, and I love it. I want to talk about Sister Song because I know a lot of people know about Sister Song, and some people are just learning and becoming familiar with Sister Song. So can you talk about y'all's work in general, and then can you speak specifically to the work in Kentucky?
Yes, so Sister Song has been around since 1997. They started off in Atlanta, so Southern based, membership based as well, but they focus on the reproductive rights of marginalized groups. So when you think about that, a lot of people are like, what does that mean? Typically, they think abortion access. Yes, but and
Hmm.
when you think about housing, incarceration, birth, when you also think about healing, so all those injustices is a representation of reproductive justice. As a Kentucky coordinator, I'm responsible for mobilizing and organizing individuals in the state of Kentucky of how do they lean more into the movement and encourage them to figure out what does reproductive freedom look like for themselves, but then also be in charge to like how do we connect to these other cities and states to keep the movement growing as well.
Yes. So can you talk a little bit more about how you've connected to other cities and states?
Yes, so I will say, so a state that we've connected to, so Ohio Women's Alliance, they do a lot of work around when you think about our reproductive rights, and so ensuring that people have access to abortion. But then Tennessee is another state I've been connected to college students, being able to go teach them about reproductive justice, especially in the healthcare system. So we're going to have the next future doctors and social workers knowing what it's like to practice from a reproductive justice lens. But then Kentucky is big.
Mhm.
We've been focused on Louisville. We've been getting into Lexington.
Okay.
The hope is to move into these rural areas as well to ensure that they know how to put RJ in practice too.
I love that, and I love the HBCU focus. I'm a proud HBCU graduate, so anytime folks are doing work on HBCU campuses, I think it's so important because that is where our leadership is sitting, right? That is where our leadership is saying, hey, we want to know more about how we can be the dynamic folks that our country needs all across the country, including in the South. So I'm so glad to hear
And
that.
the youth are ready.
They are.
They are on
Yes.
fire.
Yes, absolutely. So we're going to take a break and come back. I want to ask you a few more questions. So folks will be back in just a few seconds with Dr. Ananicia Williams of Sister Song.
Welcome to Skills for Life, located at 204 East Jacob Street. She's holding on. Here at Skills for Life, we offer services 6 months to 12-year-olds.
Tell me what this is. This is the what? The front of the book?
With a warming environment, a comforting atmosphere, with therapy services, social emotional learning, plant-based meals, and more.
Parents can look forward to having their children in a safe environment.
Join us at Skills for Life.
We have a plant-based diet that we serve, meals that we serve to our children, and they can expect that their children are safe and loved.
And for more information, call us at 502-822-3676. 3975.
All right, welcome back. Dr. Williams, you started talking about the Derby event that y'all had. So this is my second year attending your Derby event. Always have a good time. But this year was different. The price of admission was a menstrual hygiene product. I love that idea. So tell me about that brilliant idea, where it came from, what was the purpose behind it?
Yes, so as a former politician, you know policy is important. So it was also social action to get people behind of understanding we can come together as a collective and actually move towards some organizations. And then we're going to tie it back to policy later. So we're building in stages to get people engaged so we can build political power. But also the two organizations that we wanted to focus on are community partners that we've been growing a relationship with. So Sister Song has access, but our responsibility is to also uplift those other community organizations. So for Lady's Sake, they are doing amazing work. I've been able to go do some period packing parties with them. So I wanted to center them. May is Menstrual Awareness Month. What better way to do that as well? And then we have Chief Bell, who is also a chief that is helping us with the sister city of Tamale, Ghana, and Louisville. So that global impact work as well. So we're going to send period products over to Ghana as well. So we really wanted to bring it full circle for community to feel a part of and not just showing up to a party, but this is purpose too.
Yes. Well, we showed up to the party and we looked good
We did.
while doing some good work. And I love the connections in Louisville because Chief Bell is absolutely amazing. We actually met at the other Black Coffee
Yes.
location on Jefferson Street. So I love those connections. So let's dig in a little bit deeper to some of the work of Sister Song. You and I have connected over maternal health work. So can you talk a little bit more about the work that Sister Song does as it relates to maternal health and particularly Black maternal health?
Yes, so birth justice, which is also a part of our initiative. So we do focus on Black women, but we also focus on Indigenous people of color. So our Birth Justice Care Fund, Kentuckians get access to either birth workers, so that is doula, lactation, mental health support, or baby items. So sometimes you may have seen us out in the community where we have diapers, wipes, strollers, car seats, breast pumps. We want to ensure that because the disparities are impacting our communities, but how do we help support those individuals either with services or items to ensure we're closing that gap in some capacity? But then we're also doing some policy work, so staying connected to you, but also uplifting community to understand how does policy impact them. So mobilization is so important. So we can give you things, but we also want to inspire you as well to feel empowered to go talk to your legislators to talk about the disparities happening in your community too.
Absolutely. So you brought up policy. So let's have an honest conversation.
Yeah.
In this political climate, what are some of the challenges your work is experiencing?
They're not centering Black women. The state of Kentucky, we're moving in a way they begin to care about maternal health, but they're doing it in a way that is not centering us, and so they're focusing on substance use disorders, which is not getting to the root of the issue. Trying to take it as okay, but I'm still going to bring up how does this impact Black women? How is this going to shift the change in the needle because we're not getting the data that we need? So I encourage individuals to also be open to when you see those research opportunities, please participate because we really need that data to also move the needle and to encourage them to support and invest in Black women. Because if you take care of us, you're going to take care of everyone else.
Exactly. So when you say those research opportunities, are you talking like when I might see a post on Instagram that says survey for, Black women or indigenous women ages 18 to 34, we're looking for you, like things like that?
Yes,
Okay.
and Sister Song is about to have one around abortion access. And so I do want to uplift that. If you are an individual who has ever experienced that, it's going to be important because there is a correlation between abortion access, which we're forced first state, and also the disparities that we're seeing when it comes to Black maternal health outcomes. Your participation helps inform us about how do we hold our legislators accountable as
Okay.
well.
I'll look for that so I can make sure to share it out on my platforms. The other thing I wanted to do was love on Sister Song because I went to, I think it was your first Christmas event that you had at Shively. Oh my
Yes,
gosh, it was so much fun. I missed the one this year because I think I was traveling with my son, so I missed the one this year. So I just want it came to my mind. I just want you to talk a little bit more about why those kinds of activities are important for y'all.
so Christmas on the Inside, that is where we center incarcerated children. Well, not incarcerated children, children of incarcerated parents. So we worked with the YMCA, Safe Place, and was able to love on those children, their mentors, but then also we forget about caregivers. So we took care of the caregivers. Oftentimes it's grandparents, it's the aunties and uncles stepping up. It was a day of joy again because we want to center joy because joy is resistance, but we wanted to let them know that you have resources, so connecting them to resources, but then also what does a meal look like around Christmas time? Food justice is important. So we're being very intentional of incorporating all of these different injustices into our work so people know that no one is left behind in reproductive justice. It's everyone and it's everything.
I love that. So I've got one more question for you before we go to a break. So May is Menstrual Health Awareness Month. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So can you talk a little bit about the work that Sister Song is doing around? Well, expand on it. You talked about it
Absolutely.
some. That Sister Song is doing around menstrual health awareness, but also why is it important to have a month that focuses on menstrual health awareness?
We are also growing in how we address this issue because people often think about like puberty and someone starting their menstrual cycle, but what about the continuum also up to menopause? And so we have some things coming that we're working on, but we really want to bring highlight to individuals don't always have access to period products. You've done policy around, the taxes in regards to menstrual products as well. So we wanted to make it equitable, accessible, but we do more macro work. And so, again, amplifying those organizations who are micro, so hand to hand touch points. We wanted to ensure that our event got people involved to actually say, I'm invested in period products. So men showed up giving period products because it's not just a women's issue, it's all of our issue when we think about everyone deserves access to the care that they need, especially the reproductive health too.
Yes. I'm always impressed when I meet men who say, I have menstrual products at home, at my apartment, or in my house for whoever the woman is who may be coming to visit, family, friends, whatever. And I just think that's so impressive because to me, it's a level of consciousness that we need more of that says, listen, I'm providing with what you may need at any given time. So I love that.
Yes.
All right, well, we're going to take a break and we will be right back with Dr. Ananissia Williams of Sister Song.
The lights of Kentucky Performing Arts shine on more than our shows. They illuminate a pathway of discovery for all throughout our Commonwealth. A pathway of creativity, confidence, possibility, of brilliance, inspiration, curiosity, and wonder. For 40 years, Kentucky Performing Arts has led a pathway to unite the Commonwealth around the joy of discovering the arts, and will continue to shine this light far into the future.
Hey, I know you're watching the live stream right now, but I want to take a moment to tell you to check out this new book right here over my shoulder. Believe me, it'll be worth it.
All right, welcome back, Dr. Williams. So I have to say, y'all have the best Trust Black Women swag of anyone I've seen, and I love every piece that I have. And I probably usually do like a TikTok or something about it because it's so dope, so amazing. So what does it mean to you to trust Black women?
Can I give a little history too
Yes,
of how it
please.
started? So in 2010, Trust Black Women began because, you know, we had the opposition that were in regards to abortion access and saying that Black women, in regards to seeking the care that they deserve. That was initially the response, but it's grown in trusting Black women in leadership. So individuals like you, trusting you to lead, to know what's right in birth justice, trusting us to make the decisions when it comes to our bodies. So bodily autonomy, it is basically reinforming individuals of what it looks like for reproductive justice. So the choice to have children, the choice to not have children, the choice to raise those children that we have in safe and sustainable communities, and bodily autonomy, but trusting Black women and what we say and how we lead as well in communities.
I love that. That's beautiful. Thank you for that. And especially going into Mother's Day, that's such a strong and powerful message. So, speaking of Mother's Day, it's coming up this weekend. We're both mamas, right? And I think about moms who are incarcerated because that's something that weighs heavy on my heart as well.
Hmm.
What is your message for just mamas in general? What is your Mother's Day message for the mamas out there?
I want them to rest. This is the day to rest. This is the day to also be unapologetic to your rest. And it's okay if you don't choose to be around your family. It's okay if you don't want to parent that day. Call on the village and see how they can step in for you. And if not, find ways to center yourself. This is the day where you deserve your flowers.
I've never heard someone say it's okay to take a day to not parent. Wow, that's we need to give that okay to mamas more often.
Absolutely.
That's not that doesn't mean you're usurping your responsibility as a parent, but yeah, sometimes we need a break. So I
Absolutely.
love that. All right, y'all, we're gonna take a quick break and we're gonna come back and close out our conversation with Dr. Ananicia Williams of Sister Song.
Hey guys, before we get back to the live stream, I'm Tracy, the bartender at Southern Hospitality Bar and Grill, located at 3402 West Broadway. You guys got to come and check us out. You can call your order in, and the phone number is 502-822-1474. Again, I'm Tracy, the bartender at Southern Hospitality. Come check us out, guys.
Through every note, every performance, the arts connect us. The arts connect us through joy and through awe, bridging cultures and generations. From intimate theaters to the grandest stages, the arts bring us together, reminding us that we're never truly alone. When we experience the arts, we experience each other. Kentucky Performing Arts. The arts connect us.
All right, well, welcome back, Dr. Williams. All right, the show is called Ask Attica.
Yes.
I'm very curious to know if you have any questions for me because people ask me questions all the time, and I do my best to try to respond.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So you brought up Mother's Day. We talked a little bit about rest.
Mhm.
What does rest look like for you as a parent? And I know your children are older, but I often hear individuals say, I have older children and still wanting to see like what does that look like
Yes.
so people understand too.
That's a really good question. Thank you for that. Well, both my kids are in their 20s now, and I talk to them. We talk to one another. We have wonderful conversations. I'm honest with them about maybe my health or changes I'm trying to make in my lifestyle, right? And my daughter's always like, "Live your soft life, mom. You pour it into everybody. Now pour it into you and live that soft life." I'm trying. It's not an easy thing to do, but I appreciate them because they're committed to me and that rest that I need. So my son and I travel a lot. My daughter, she's like, travel's okay, but come visit me or I visit you, and that's about the extent of it for her right now. But rest to them is important for me, and I appreciate that. And they make sure that they prioritize it for me. So if they feel like they're calling on me a lot more than usual, that's fine. But they also know when to step back. And I think that that's the relationship we build with our children over time, hopefully, that they begin to see that in us. They're like, okay, mama needs a break. I'm going to take you out to eat or make you some dinner. My son, he's been so good over the years about making dinner. He would do that for his sister and I, and she's moved away, and so is he. And so when I come visit, he either makes dinner, we'll go out to eat. He's always recommending books for me to read. He's like, turn the TV off, pull up Kendrick Lamar, turn the TV off, and read a book, which I love to read, so he'll recommend books. Um, and that's part of the journey that I'm loving as we age, as they age, as I age. The relationship is evolving over time. So, yeah, thank you for that question.
I love that you said evolving.
Yeah.
And it shows that they're so aware of your needs too. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So I want to close out with a question for you because I always want to hype up and love on Sister Song. How can folks get involved with Sister Song?
Become a member.
Okay.
So become a member, you all. You can be a member of Sister Song. In fact, that is how individuals got access to our event that we just did. Members got access first, but then also volunteer. We have a lot of great events. Oftentimes, I think people forget, like, I'm the only individual here. So I really lean on community individuals like you that step in and say, how can I support you? But then follow us on social media, so Facebook, and then also Instagram. But then let us know, like, what do you need? What does reproductive justice look like to you? Because your shared stories is how we know how to move when it comes to certain issues too.
Absolutely. Well, again, thank you so much, Dr. Williams, for joining us today, for sharing about Sister Song. I'm sure that there are lots of people who are like, oh, I love to know that it's in Kentucky and particularly in Louisville. I want to get involved. So thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
here. And happy Mother's Day to
Happy
you.
Mother's Day to you too.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And folks, full disclaimer, I am a proud member of Sister Song, so I just want to put that out there for transparency's sake. And I hope that y'all join, become a member, and volunteer as well. All right, we'll see you next time on Ask Attica.